This is the plaintiff, James Falcone. He says he owns a fishing boat, and one day there was someone from the defendant's dredging company directing him out of his marina towards some pink buoys so he'd avoid hitting one of their cables. Next time he went out, there was no one directing him, and unbeknownst to him, there was still a submerged cable in the water, and he hit it. The cable tore off his propeller, damaged his steer mechanism, and he was jolted and injured his groin. He's owed big time and is suing for $1,088.54 to fix his boat and pay the urologist bill. This is the defendant, Rich Wickberg. He says there's no way the plaintiff hit one of his cables, because if he did, the cable would have been twisted like a corkscrew. The cable was fine. The plaintiff could have hit anything out there and is just trying to pin the blame on him. He's been in the business of dredging for 63 years, and if he caused any damage, he'd surely take responsibility. He's accused of causing a catastrophe.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Do you and each unit.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant's dredging company left a cable in the marina, and while the plaintiff was tooling around in his boat, the boat hit the cable and it jolted him and injured his groin. But the defendant says the plaintiff didn't hit the cable at all. It's the case of you're breaking my ball.
Thank you, Douglas. James Falcone?
Yes.
Hi. You are suing Wickberg Marine Contracting Incorporated, represented here by Rich Wickberg. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $1,088.54 that you say you are due as a result of their negligence in a dredging project that you say damaged your boat. Tell me what happened.
I was a New York City fireman for over 20 years. I've owned a boat for 38 years.
Just thought you'd throw that in there?
Okay, well.
Have you heard how I like firemen? What is that about? I don't know. Are my girlfriends talking to you? What's going on?
Just to get an idea about safety.
Okay.
Owned a boat for 38 years, was in the Marine Division for 9 months, and had just passed a boat safety certification. July 16th, I had 3 friends on the boat. We were going fishing. It was approximately 8:30 in the morning. I came out of the water channel, and as I proceeded towards the channel, there's dredging going on because of Hurricane Sandy. As I proceeded towards the mouth of the channel,
do you want to come out and show me? I guess show me on the...
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. Well, who else is going to do it? Nobody else knows how you
Okay, well, he went towards the boat.
Okay, yeah, well, he wasn't going to do it.
All right. So I proceeded out towards the channel to go fishing into the Raritan Bay, and there were 4 pink floats that hold up pipes that the dredger would connect to and pump out the sand onto the beach. So the week earlier, when I was coming back from fishing, through boat radio communication, I was told to come back this way on the north side of the buoy. Okay.
Well, the way that's drawn, that's the only way you could come.
Well, this sometimes gets open like a gate. So if they were there that day, they weren't working that day, I would communicate and they would open that pipe to use it like as a gate. So it was 8:30 that morning. I didn't see any dredgers there. I didn't see anybody working. So I came up towards the mouth of the channel and just looked and said, all right, let me go the way I came back in.
In other words, that's the only way you could go.
Correct.
By the way that's drawn, or is that drawn incorrectly?
No, that's drawn correctly.
Okay.
It's just that sometimes when they're not working, or let's say at the end of the day, this pipe is taken out, and usually you can go straight through. Like if you were to go at night.
Is the pipe over water?
It's just underwater, just right above
and
or
you
underwater.
Can see it?
Not all the time.
But sometimes you can see it and then you go that way?
Sometimes you could see it if you get close enough to it.
So, okay, but I don't understand. Was this the first time you ever went out and there wasn't somebody directing you?
The 3 or 4 times I've gone out since June 1st, I've communicated with the boat radio asking which is the best and the safest way to go. And
to whom? Communicated with whom?
To the dredgers.
Okay. So again, was this the first time that you'd ever gone out where there was no way to communiate with the dredgers because they weren't there?
Yes, nobody was working that day, which I found out that Friday, 4 days later, when I spoke to Mr. Wickberg.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, so as I proceeded, didn't see anybody to communicate with. I went around the north side of the channel. As just going around the north side of the channel, the boat took a quick 90-degree turn. There were 3 guys on the boat. We got jolted on the boat.
You mean took a 90-degree turn because something hit it?
Yes.
Okay, or it hit something, I mean.
Something grabbed onto it, a chain or a cable. And as we got towards it, then there was a big bang and the boat shut off. We all looked at each other, This pink float was right on the starboard side of the boat. We said, we must have hit this because it got dragged in and we got dragged in towards this float.
Do you have a picture of the damage? Did your mechanic take any pictures?
It's all underground. I have an estimate for all the damage.
What do you mean underground?
Well, underwater. Underwater.
Well, I know until you take the boat out. Now it's not underwater. Did you take pictures of the damage or no?
No.
Okay.
It was just a prop and everything else was internal inside the boat. A steering box, a steering cable, and the labor that was
Do you
done
have
on
the
the boat.
paperwork from the repair?
Yes.
May I see that?
Sure.
Did you ever speak directly with Mr. Whitberg?
Yes.
Okay.
I met the nice gentleman, great guy. At that point, he looked at the estimate. He said, I'm not going to pay for all of this. I said, no, just because I had other work being done on the boat, just what was done with the accident.
Which was how much?
$826.
Okay, so the rest of your lawsuit is the tow charge?
That's to take the boat out of the water with a forklift, be put on a trailer, and then with the trailer, take it to the mechanic.
Got it.
That's the service fee from the marina.
$23 copay for doctor.
Right.
Why?
Okay. When I got jolted, I was the only one standing with the boat, and my groin area hit the steering wheel.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. I know.
Okay, well, sorry to hear it. And
Right.
then?
So was I, and I was a little nervous.
Okay.
4 days later.
So was Mrs. Falcone, and then what?
Okay. I figured I'd get a laugh out of that.
I don't mean to laugh at other
wasn't
people's
laughing
misery.
then.
I hate doing that, but anyway, it's
Anna,
at least you
thank God-
could laugh.
thank God
Because I
everything was-
assume everything was fine?
Thank God.
Okay, all right. Now, what's up?
Now, well, like Mr. Falcone said, he came to my office. He explained to me what happened, and I said, was the dredge there? He said, no, the dredge wasn't there. So I said, well, do you know what a dredge is, Your Honor?
I have a feeling, but I'd rather you educate me than I assume.
I have a picture.
Okay. What's the purpose of the dredge?
To clean the sand out of the channel. The mud, the sand, whatever, to whatever depth they
What
want.
about things that were blown in by Hurricane Sandy? No, that's different.
That's why they got to pick the cutter up every now and then, because you get big truck tires in, you get big pieces of wood, especially at the end of a jetty. So there could be any one of a million things out there that he could have hit.
What's the pipe that's drawn there with the pink
That
buoys?
pipe is not where it was.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's. Can we bring up Google Earth on this site?
That's the end of the jetty there.
Okay. Why don't you come over here and point to where? Unfortunately, I guess our Google Earth doesn't have the pipes. But anyway.
All right. The pipe, we were pumping it up here on the sand. We were pumping it up here. The pipe was along the edge of the channel. So the dredge was done at the time he hit the buoys. He told me he went out and went this way. There's an anchor out here, 150 foot, and then there's a buoy here with a pennant cable between. He went out between the two buoys, and he says he hit the cable.
What should he done though? Like what
He should have went out the center of the channel.
How's a guy to know?
Well, he's been going in and out of this channel for all these years. He knows he can't go out here, and it was dead low tide when he went out. I have a tide chart.
And you're nodding.
Right.
Why are you nodding?
Because I've been out of that channel hundreds of times, but I've only been out 3 or 4 times this year because the boating season started June 1st. Every time I went in and out, I was communicating with the dredges. The marina gave me a station to communicate with the dredges. That day, nobody was there, but for me, I'm guessing which way to go. Do I go this way or that way? Is the pipe there? Is the dredger not there because it's somewhere else? I'm assuming that pipe is going across the channel.
And you're saying the pipe wasn't going across it. But how's a guy to know?
The pipe was anchored over here, and then they had 2 40-foot floating pipe plus 8 buoys. And they're not pink buoys.
They're not pink?
I want to clarify that right now. I'm a Viking, and I do not use pink buoys.
Listen, real Vikings use pink buoys. Okay, that's
Not any
okay.
that I know. I have pictures. They're orange.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, no, I want to see your pictures, actually. When were the pictures taken?
These I took, last week?
Do you have pictures from that day?
No.
What kind of fireman are you?
One that didn't have a camera that day.
Do you have a phone?
No.
You don't have a phone when you go out on the boat?
No.
Okay, who put the ink there on that picture?
I didn't.
Okay, well, but I don't want the picture defaced. I want to be able to see what I'm looking at. And they're orange. They're clearly orange. Is it accurate that there, at one point in time, there was pipe going from this buoy to this buoy? And that it would be opened when the...
No, the pipe just went on the one side of the dredge and it kept anchored to the east side.
And then what was over here? Another pipe?
No, no pipes over there, just the anchors.
Why don't you come on up here for me? Tell me what this is attached to. Tell me what that's attached to. Tell me what that's attached to.
That's the anchor.
Okay, so that's just a buoy marking that there's an anchor underneath.
This buoy here is the other end of the cable.
So there's a cable going from here to here.
Right, and the same on this side.
Okay, and what is going now or at any time between here and here?
Do you have the pictures of the dredge? That one. That dredge would be going out, and this wire would go to the anchor on that side. The wire on the other side would go to this anchor here.
I see.
You drop the spread here.
I see. Okay, hold on.
Pivots.
So what you're saying is that the other times that he went out, this dredge was in between these things hooked up, and that's why he had to go around. But when the dredge was missing, you say it should have been common sense for him to just go straight through.
Follow between the jetty.
Because there never was anything blocking from here to here if the dredge wasn't present?
Right.
Okay. Go ahead and go back. I understand what you're saying. Now you tell me what your response is to that.
Okay, so if the guy was navigating toward the edge of the marina and hits the cables, is the cable company, the dredging company, responsible? I'm going way in the back.
Yeah, I would say definitely yes.
Why?
They need to be able to clean up after themselves.
Yeah, but they're doing it where you normally don't drive a boat. Is the dredging company responsible?
No, I think it's tough luck. He went off the route, and it could have been rocks that hit the boat, so I say no.
Fair enough. 2 points of view going inside the courtroom.
Okay, Your Honor. I really am not familiar with his line of work and his business. But when I come out of a channel, there are channel markers or channel buoys.
Right, and this is the normal way to come out. Just tell me if I'm right. The normal way to come out is just go straight out.
Straight out.
If there's no dredge in your way, then there's no reason for you to go the unsafe way out to the left where things are. If there's nothing in the way, then the default position is go straight through. You didn't go straight through because on these prior occasions, they told you to go around.
Exactly.
But the prior occasions, they told you to go around because this big fat thing is in the way. But this big fat thing is not in the way this day.
You're right.
This day, why would you not go straight through?
Well, Your Honor, I thought
Slowly. Like that's what I would have done.
Your
And
Honor,
I don't know much about boats, but I would have gone, I'd be looking like that. And
I went very slowly.
Or I'd be calling the marina saying, hey, what the hey? There's no one out here. What am I supposed to do? Can I go straight? I'd be doing something other than going the very unsafe way that you chose to go.
Well, I couldn't see what's under the water, Your Honor. But I've only gone the way that I went the week earlier.
Mr. Falcone, I'm not feeling it.
2 black balls, 2 black
I'm not feeling
diamonds.
it. I don't think that it's their fault that you didn't go out the normal way when there was nothing there to indicate that you shouldn't go out the normal way. If you'd gone out the normal way and snagged something, they'd be paying for the damage. But what you ended up doing was assuming there was something underwater and going around a different way. And I just can't fault them for that. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I really wish you'd called the marina and just stopped and,
Well, Captain, you're right this way. Just come right over here. Didn't go too well.
No, not at all.
No, that wasn't a good voyage in there for you. But are you going to take this up with the marina?
I'm not sure if I can,
Maybe you can. Should check that out.
It's a shame.
How's the injury?
I'd rather not ask. I'm not talking about it.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, limp right out that way with Officer McIntosh.
Yeah, it's abuse.
Okay, come on in here. Step in. Are you satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, very
Ever happened to you
satisfied.
before like this?
I've had numerous occasions where people hit something and then they blame it on the dredge. They hit the pipe, they hit this. It wasn't a question of the money. It was a minimal amount of money. It's just the principle. I'm tired of getting banged out by people who don't know where they're going.
All right. Amen.
Amen.
Harvey?
Point being here, if you have an ability to avoid an accident, you have a legal obligation to do so. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.